I had 6 brothers, 1 sister. My oldest brother was Carl Williams, and then my sister was Janelle Williams, the next oldest, and Jean Williams, and Otis Williams, and Bill Williams, and Victor Williams, and Cecil Williams. But that was 8 of us. Well, to start with, we grew mostly strawberries and beans and corn and stuff like that. Just ordinary farmers. And when I was old enough, we all had to help do it. We'd go to school and come home from school, change clothes, and hit the farm. Well, we plowed corn, strawberries and stuff, and milked cows. We had to milk 6 or 7 cows every morning before we go to school by hand. Well, we cleaned out chicken houses when we to school on spare time, you know, like Thanksgiving and holidays and stuff. And with a pitchfork, we'd load it near a spreader and then just spread down their farms for them. I think we got 25 cents a load for each load we hauled. Yeah, we had to mow the yard with a push mower, carrying wood to keep the heat going. We didn't have no electric heaters, nothing. Furnaces. Cut wood and pour it. Had to carry it in every day to keep the fire going. Crosscut saw is a man on each end of the saw. We just saw it. We had no chainsaws or nothing. We just normal chores, and that's the way we looked at it. We just had to do it. Well, we just had different. We just had lights in the house and refrigerators and stuff. Where we used to just have ice box and stuff. We had to go get ice. Dad had to go get ice about twice a week, about 100 pounds at a time, to keep the stuff cold. And we had lights to read by, still lamps. By reading, yeah, it was a big help. We didn't have to carry a light around with us. Got a lamp, you know. 1942, we come to Farmington in January 1942. Moved here from Elkins, and I think the town was 67, population was 67. And there's 3 stores. There's McNeil's and the Rico White's and the Les Phillips stores, and the post office across where Robert's Realty is right now. And that was run by Russ Worrells. Well, we thought he was a pretty good man, you know. Him and his wife run the post office. And he's just an ordinary guy. We lived off Ray's Mill Road down there about a quarter mile on a little creek. And Eddie Gore lives there now. 107 acres. I went half a year in Elkins, my first grade, and the rest of the time I was here in Farmington. And I liked it, everybody around. Well, when we graduated, there's 14 in my graduating class. My first grade teacher here was in Farmington was Marie Brown. And the teachers back then, they taught 2 grades, 1st and 2nd, and 3rd and 4th, and 5th and 6th, you know. Well, Barney gave me one of them, Gail Ruby, Monta Stapleton, Burley Gibney, and Sue Mars, Betty Lou Rouse, Wanda Gore, and Betty Hathcock, and that's about it. Well, we didn't have there wasn't no basketball gym. We had an outdoor court till about 1950. And then that was about the only sport we done, basketball and baseball. Well, it was on a dirt court, and you bounce the ball, there ain't no telling where it go if it hit something, you know. We played Fir Grove and Lincoln and Elkins and West Fork. West Fork was the only one that had a gym till about 1950. Then all the schools built gyms around. I was catcher for baseball, high school baseball team. And we just played it during, in the spring. We didn't play but about 3 or 4 games a year. Basketball was the main sport. We didn't have no football. But when we got old enough to run around, we usually hung out over there, but on Saturday and Sunday by the post office. Just gathered up a bunch of kids, and we go play basketball some up there at Brandon Carlisle's house. He had a basketball goal up there, and we'd play all. We get tired. That's about it. My wife is Betty Williams. I got a son, Danny Williams, who lives in Georgia, and Kurt Williams and Kara Williams, which is Kara Gardner now. I got on the school board in 1985. Well, the school started growing in quite a bit back then. And Farmington was one of the best little schools in the area. I thought anyway. I was on city council from about 1980 to 85, somewhere in there. And then when we moved out here, out of the city limits, I had to get up council, so I got on school board. When I got on city council, John Steele was the mayor. Before that, Bobby Carlisle was. Well, we had the policeman was Jim Hankins. And the garbage collector drove a garbage truck was Roy. And the council was about two girls and a couple of guys was working. That's about it. Well, when I got on council, Bill Enders was the fire chief. And that's just when they built the fire department there, across from City Hall. Before that, it was located there in the City Hall. It was pretty important. They kept the insurance down and stuff. They had a pancake breakfast. Yeah, we went to them. Well, back in the 70s, they had a football team then. They won 2 national championships back in football with Al Holland, the coach. It was a big thing back then. We went to the ball games back then, me and my wife and kids. Highway 62, yeah. When I was just little, so I don't remember much about it, but it was a dirt road to start with. And then they paved it made two lanes out of it. And then back in the 70s, they made a 4-lane. About 75 or so. Well, they had the nursery here in Farmington. They owned about all the land around, and they grew spearmint with fruit trees and grapes and stuff. And across from the school, they had a big grape vineyard where the grade school is now, where the middle school is. No, I never work with them. I think it's about in the 60s when they left. I wasn't around here much from 60 to 70. So during that time when they left. Well, when I was junior and senior high school, we won the state basketball tournament in 54 and 55. We got to go to Little Rock and play in the state tournament. We won the district and we had to go. And I think our basketball team, the years I was on, we went about 3 losses a year was all we had. I know in my senior year we just lost 3 games by a total of 8 points, I think. Well, we lived just about a half mile from Bill Beckett. And he was one of the closest friends, him and Don Williams. And we played together and entertained each other. Visited people all the time, each other. Well, I was a little kid then, and I had 3 brothers on the baseball team, which we played, and they played, they had a pretty good team. Them and Fair Grove was in competition mostly. My dad, he was the umpire for them, but they played Farmington, they played Fair Grove and Lincoln and Elkins and Westport. Yeah. All the little towns had a little baseball team, but they played on the weekends. Buck was a pitcher, and you could hear him. He was a good pitcher. He threw the knuckleball, and you could hear him every time he threw the ball. He'd grunt real loud, you know. My brother, one of them was third baseman, and one of them was outfielder, and one of them was second baseman. Well, my sister gave it to me because I was pot-bellied back then. That's about all I can remember about it, and it stuck with me. I was pot-bellied, had a big belly back then. My sister gave me that name, Pop, and it just stuck with me. I was when I was a little kid. Oh, when I was in high school, they'd bring in the donkeys, and we played a game of donkey basketball, which we all had just for fun. And they put me on a donkey that nobody could ride. And he threw me off several times, and finally I got laying backwards and got over his tail and rode him and held on. And about 52 and 3, 4, I graduated in 55. In the early 50s, me and Donald and Bill, we buy an old car, give $15 for it, I think, back then, and we shared it, and we just run up and down the road and have a good time. We had no Lincoln Zephyr, was one of them, was a 12-cylinder Lincoln. And the first one we had was an old Chevrolet, I think, and then we had an old Plymouth. They had no license plates on them. We'd have them stripped down, cut down. We used to go up tomato crates and stuff for seats. Well, me and Bill and Donald used to ride bicycles a lot. Donald's dad, AC, we'd tie a rope to his pickup truck and get on our bicycles behind him, and he'd take us up and down the road, just 50, 60 miles an hour, just dangerous, but that's one of the entertainments we had. We just had to make our own fun. School had done no money back in the days. I think I was in the 6th grade, and we built a 3 or 4 classroom, we called it a chicken house over there. My dad was on the school board then. Ray Kerr was superintendent, and we just done it with volunteer labor and stuff, and me and my brother Cecil and Victor helped do it, and that's about it. I think it's about 1948 or so, she's the one that had a TV around in the area, and I remember we took out of school one time and went and watched World Series at her house. The Dodgers and Yankees, I think, was the players. And I don't remember who won it. I'd tell them it was a great place to live. And I enjoyed it all my life. There's some good people here. But I just enjoyed the people here and the community and stuff. They're all real friendly and nice people.